What's up? It's Susie from HeyGrillHey.com, and I want to help you make better barbecue. A lot of times that's with big smoky meats and other, main coursey things. But I believe our smokers can be a lot more versatile than we give them credit for. And today we're showing just how exciting smoking can be with a smoked ice cream. It is a maple pecan smoked ice cream topped with candied bacon. It's gonna knock your dessert loving socks off. So let's do it. Thanks for all the support watching this video. If you've ever wondered, how can I help Hey Grill Hey grow and support my favorite barbecue creator, you can check out thegrillsquad.com. It's my online barbecue community and education platform, and I would love to have you be a part of it. Thanks. Smoked ice cream is not complicated, but for this recipe, I would recommend using an ice cream machine. So whether you have something that hand cranks that you add ice and salt, or whether you bought a shiny new toy like me with a compressor-based ice cream machine, just come on. I mean, I had to buy myself an ice cream machine. It sounded like a good idea.
Business expense.
That's a write-off. You can use whatever tools you have at home to actually make the ice cream, but beyond that, you really don't need anything other than what you can use for the ice cream. So let's walk through the ingredients, shall we? Let's start by making our ice cream base. You're gonna start with 2 cups of half and half and a cup of heavy cream. This is gonna make a really creamy, rich ice cream base. Ooh. We're also gonna whisk in a half a cup of sugar and a half a cup of dark brown sugar.
Yep.
That dark brown sugar is really gonna reinforce all of the mapley pecan flavors that we're putting in there. Speaking of, a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. I use the real stuff, fresh out the tree, if you know what I'm saying, but the bottled pancake syrup will also work. Just won't be quite as mapley. We're also gonna add in a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I like the Mexican vanilla. I think it's extra vanilla-y.
It's gonna be
a teaspoon and a half of vanilla extract.
extra vanilla.
I'm just really excited today. Half a teaspoon of kosher salt. The salt provides a really needed balance here. And finally, a 1/4 teaspoon of pure maple extract. They have fake maple flavoring. I really recommend the pure maple extract. I think it gives you a much better flavor. I think the fake maple stuff is called Mapeline. I don't know what it's actually made of though.
Maybe it's Mapeline?
Maybe it's Mapeline. Okay, we're gonna whisk our ice cream base all together. We want those sugars to dissolve nicely in the half and half and the cream. And then we're gonna simply transfer our ice cream mix into a 9x13 pan. This is going to be our smoking vessel. Now you probably don't wanna use your favorite or most expensive or fanciest 9x13 pan here because this is going on the smoker. It will get a little bit of discoloration and you can clean it, but sometimes it's a pain in the butt to clean these glass pans, just FYI. Beautiful. We're also gonna use a cup of pecans. They're gonna smoke alongside of our ice cream. So we have smoky pecans, smoky ice cream, and then we're gonna top it with candied bacon that also has some nice smoky flavor. So we're building layers here, people, layers. These are just halved pecans because we're gonna break them up a little bit later when we add them to our ice cream base. I like to put them in a grilling basket like this so that we can get the airflow all the way around, really get some smoke on the pecans. Now these are going into a 225-degree smoker. Get this, maple or pecan wood are gonna be your best choices for your smoke here because again, the layers, the maple will complement the base or the pecan works with the pecans. Either way, you can't go wrong. Great wood smoke flavor for all of the elements of this ice cream. This is gonna smoke for about 45 minutes to an hour. We're looking for an internal temperature on our cream. Now it doesn't have eggs in it, so we don't have to cook it the same way you would cook a custard base, but we do need to get it out of the danger zone where any potential pathogens could develop in the cream before we chill it. So we're looking for, I already forgot, I wrote it down, a finished temperature of 170 degrees in your ice cream base. This is to prevent any potential pathogens from developing. We want this to be food safe. Again, there's no egg yolks or anything, but because there is a dairy product, we want to get it to that safety point. And it'll give us enough time to get some really good smoke flavor on there without it being too overwhelming. Like I said, 45 minutes to an hour in the smoker. We're going for 170, but we are gonna come out and whisk our ice cream mix every 15 minutes or so. Keep your whisk close. We wanna agitate the surface because that's where a majority of the smoke is going to settle in our ice cream base. By whisking it, we distribute that smoke flavor throughout the base, and then we create a new surface area on top for more smoke to be attracted to. So set a timer, 15 minutes, whiskey whisk. We've got some whiskey business to attend to.
Oh.
I know, I'm sorry. Now the color's already started to darken and turn a little bit more brown because of the smoke. That is exactly what we're looking for, and we're seeing the swirls of that darker color on the top of our ice cream base. That's what we want to whisk in. You can even give your pecans a little bit of a toss just to make sure that they're getting evenly coated in that smoke. Also, close the lid, let it go for another 15 minutes before we whisk again, and then we'll start checking our temperature to make sure we hit that target temp of 170. After 30 minutes, whisking, tossing the pecans, and checking the temperature, we're at about 150 to 155 in our base. I think 45 minutes will be sweet, but I'll keep checking it over the next every 5 minutes or so until we hit that 170. Our ice cream base is up to our target temperature of 170 degrees. Our pecans are nice and dark and smoky and toasty. So everything's gonna come off the smoker, and we're gonna cool our ice cream base down completely before we put it in our ice cream machine. Oh yeah, look at that. That smells so good. And while our ice cream base cools in the refrigerator, we're going to make some candied bacon to go on top. While our ice cream mix is cooling, it's time to make our candied bacon. This is gonna be sprinkled on top of our ice cream at the very end. It's super simple. I cranked the heat up on my pellet smoker to 350 degrees. This also works in your oven. I've laid out 8 strips of bacon. This isn't thick or thin bacon, it's just regular run-of-the-mill bacon. Nothing special about it, but you probably could use maple bacon if you had some of that. Sounds delicious. I'm gonna drizzle it with a tablespoon or 2 of maple syrup and then sprinkle about 1/4 cup of brown sugar across the top. I have my bacon on a non-stick foil lined baking sheet. I love candied bacon. It's like the ultimate sweet and savory treat. And then put it on top of ice cream, smoked ice cream. It's magical. At 350 degrees, a couple things are gonna be happening simultaneously. The fat is gonna be rendering out of the bacon. The brown sugar is going to be absorbing that fat, dissolving, starting to caramelize. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes total to get the texture that we're looking for at 350, but you will wanna come out at about 10 minutes. We're gonna check and make sure it's all cooking evenly. We might even give them a quick flip depending on how they're looking, and then they will pull off and cool so that when our ice cream's all finished, we'll have a nice crunchy, salty, chewy topping. Our candied bacon came off just about 15 minutes, bubbling, brown, beautiful, and I love how much fat rendered off of each piece of bacon. I've let it cool completely. I'm just gonna take it off of our foil, carefully, and chop it into pieces. Then we'll set it aside so that it's ready when we're going to scoop and sprinkle on our ice cream. I like it in bigger pieces like my pecans so I can really taste it. But if you want it in smaller like bacon bits sizes, you could definitely chop it down some more. Okay, our ice cream base is fully chilled. This took about an hour and a half for me in my refrigerator. Might be a little bit different for you based on how cold your refrigerator is. We're gonna carefully transfer this to the basin of our ice cream machine. This is my fun, shiny new toy that I bought. It has a refrigeration unit built in, which is really cool. And it should be able to churn this ice cream in just under an hour. So we're gonna put it in there, keep an eye on it, let it do its thing, and let it get nice and churned and soft and creamy and delicious. And we did not forget about the pecans or the candied bacon. We're gonna be using those at the end. All right, this has an auto timer set for an hour, but I'll come back and check it every 30 minutes or so just to make sure that things are moving along in a direction that I'm excited about. Our ice cream has been churning for just about an hour. We're like a few seconds away from an hour. I went ahead and added a minute because the texture is beautiful. It is a nice soft serve consistency. At this consistency, you absolutely could dish it into a bowl and eat it and enjoy it right away. But because I want ice cream that's a little more firm, a little more scoopable, I'm going to freeze it, which means that I need to transfer it from my ice cream machine into a freezer container. But before we do that, we're gonna add in our smoky pecans. Now this is where you get to choose your own adventure. You can chop these pecans really, really fine before adding them to your ice cream. You can put them in whole if you like bigger chunks of pecans. I kind of am gonna fall somewhere in the middle and crunch them with my hands a little bit as they go. So we'll have some smaller pieces, some bigger pieces. They won't be perfect, but I like that. It's a homemade ice cream. I want it to feel a little bit rustic. And you want to add this in just during the last minute of your ice cream churning so that it gets evenly distributed. All right, I'm happy with how much that is incorporated. I'm gonna shut it down and pull out our ice cream into our freezer bowl. Ooh, mama. Oh, now it's got Todd's finger juice in it.
Smoky.
Smoky. I mean, it is smoked ice cream. Whee! All right. Finger licking is allowed. Now, we are not putting our candied bacon in here yet because the sugars on the bacon will get hard and chewy instead of delectable the way that it's supposed to be. So those go on at the end. Pop this back in our freezer and I'm gonna let it freeze until it's at my desired consistency. Really fast before it melts. Okay, bye. Ice cream just came out of the freezer. Our candied bacon is done and ready to go. Oh, I've got some sad kind of looking cones because I couldn't find waffle cones at the store. So we're doing our best. And our ice cream is hardened to the perfect consistency. That means we get to eat some. The moment we've all been waiting for. Oh, mama. Honestly, I probably could have let it freeze a little bit longer, but my patience was, I was done, okay?
There it goes.
Nope, this is fine. And put some candied bacon on it. Yeah. Also, it is 9 million degrees outside today. Oh my God. That is maybe the best ice cream I've ever put in my mouth. That is amazing. I've made it before, so this is not, it shouldn't be as surprisingly delicious as it is because I had to recipe test it. And honestly, the first time I did this, I would say it was 8, 9 years ago. I developed a recipe for smoked ice cream, but holy cow, this is so good. It's so creamy. It's sweet. The pecans level it out in the most delightful way. And the smoke is there, but not in a smoky way. It just makes it so complex and interesting. If you didn't know it was smoked, you would eat this and freak out and be like, what is this? It is so, so good. You guys have to try this. You have to try this. I'm dying, I'm freaking, I don't often have such exciting reactions to recipes that I've already developed, but this one's so stinking good. Okay, you can find the recipe heygrillhey.com or on the Hey Grill Hey app. You can download it in the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. and find over 500 grilling and barbecue recipes that you can make in your backyard to feed the people you love and become a backyard barbecue hero. Oh my gosh.